Hey everybody, how's it going? I feel like it's been a while since I've been here. I've been traveling. I've really been enjoying watching the guest live streams that we've had, and appreciate all you guys hanging out and enjoying those guest artists that we've had. Today we got a special treat. We are going to be with Aurora Violins. We've got a link up with them in São Paulo, Brazil, and we're going to get a chance to talk to them. I want to play a little bit for you first. All right, so these instruments, these Aurora violins, not only do they sound great, they look great. They got lights and stuff in them. What are you talking about? All this cool stuff. So let's talk a little bit about the history. I'm going to hang this up real quick. Aurora Violins are in São Paulo, Brazil. They were founded in the 1990s and started exporting here to the U.S. I got hair in my face. Started exporting to the U.S. in 2014. So we've been carrying these instruments for like 6 or 7 years. There are a bunch of famous players playing these instruments. There are 3 main models that we carry. There is the classic that you can see here, the classic shape. They come in a clear top with a black frame or a white frame, also 4 or 5 strings. They also come in a really cool silver or gold. You can see the gold one right over my shoulder here. Really, really pretty violins. They have the silhouette version, which is what I just played. It's sort of got the outline of a violin, the silhouette of a violin. And then we've got sort of a new model, this Aurora violin that you can see right up over my shoulder here, a silver one. They have a ton of really cool colors on these, and these are well under $1,000. A really fantastic value on these instruments. They compete very strongly with the Yamaha YEV and the NS Design Wave. I did mention there's a number of famous artists playing these. You can see on the top there, Brian King Joseph, Taylor Davis, Lindsey Sterling have all played these. Asher Laub is here, Michelle Winters is here, Liara Live is here, David Giardino, all Aurora players, fantastic players. So anyway, we are going to go right to Mauricio Brazolim, our friend Leandro, who is translating. They are in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and so their English is better than my Portuguese. but we have a good time when we hang out together. They were gracious enough to bring me to Brazil in 2019 to visit the shop and to hang out a little bit. We didn't get to catch any fish, but we did drink a lot of beer and we ate some amazing food. And I got a chance to see how they make these violins, and I've got to say I'm really impressed. They make some really, really fantastic instruments. Everything is completely handmade. They've got access to amazing woods in Brazil. They have really fantastic wood in Brazil. So all these instruments are made out of beautiful wood, but they handcraft their own pickups. They actually print their own circuit boards for these LED violins. And, you know, a lot of people might say, well, it's an LED violin. It's a gimmick. It's just like this thing that looks kind of crazy. They actually feel really good and they sound really good. So I want to thank you, Mauricio and Leandro, for being here. And welcome to the show.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you, Matt.
So I want to ask, Mauricio, when did you start making violins?
Começamos em 97 fazendo violinos.
1997.
Electric violins start the production in 1997,
Okay.
but they in 1984 the business of making electric guitars and basses with a client order, customer order.
Okay.
For 1984 until 1997. In 97, start the violin production.
Yeah, because actually both of the guys you see here are guitar players.
Yeah.
So,
But Mauricio plays violin. I don't play.
so Mauricio, your father either made violins or played violins, right?
Ele era um entusiasta do violino, ele tocava violino.
There was a violin enthusiast, and yeah, they played violin for so many years.
And so started making violins in the 1990s.
Yeah.
And what were some of your early models? Did you start with LED lights back then?
Nós começamos fazendo violinos em madeira, somente. Depois começamos a fazer de acrílico em várias cores. Só que não pegou a ideia. Aí passamos a fazer só o acrílico transparente e a mudança de cores foi através da luz de LED.
In the beginning, the violins was made of wood violins, electric, but only wood. After this, the first models made in acrylic, but in some colors, in blue acrylic, orange acrylic. But the customers don't like the colored acrylic, only the crystal acrylic.
Okay.
And from there comes the idea to put LEDs.
Okay.
And you can have acrylic, crystal acrylic, but they like blue or red or any color.
Okay. So where did you get your pickup design? Because we tell people when they say we want a warm sounding electric violin, one of the first ones we talk about is Aurora. Aurora violins are some of the warmest, thickest sounding electric violins. And I guess I probably wouldn't have expected an acrylic bridge to give the warmest, thickest sound. And people are always surprised when they play them. They sound so good.
Yeah, really.
Foi na base de tentativa e erro.
So many tried, so many projects, ever, and success. Finally, success. So very hard work. Yeah, and for me, I don't play violin, and I'm not personally. I'm not part of the team. We are friends for more than 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw some many projects, and a wood piece sounds wood. Acrylic piece incredibly sound like wood or better. Some warm, like you said, warm.
É que, falar a verdade, eu mais projetos violinos, né? Quem define a parte eletrônica é o Gilberto, meu irmão, que a gente sempre trabalhou junto. E ele, além de ser um ótimo luthier, ele também domina toda a parte eletrônica dos instrumentos.
Chega aí, Beto. Cheguei. Hi,
Gilberto!
that's the genius behind the pickups. Gilberto's Mauricio's brother.
Right. So Gilberto, you designed the pickups then.
Você que faz o design dos pickups.
Não, o design quem faz é o Maurício.
Não,
você faz funcionar.
Sim.
Eu projeto e ele faz funcionar.
Mauricio made the project, the line, the curves, and the aesthetic of the violin, and Gilberto makes the violin happen, make the sound play, the sound good.
Yeah. Again, they're really amazing sounding violins, and it's a thing that at least I and a lot of people would not expect when you tell them that a significant portion of this is made out of acrylic, and they sound really amazing.
But you know, this pickup that you have in these violins have 15 years of project and development. So more than 15 years to take this result, this sound. So many hard work.
Yeah, no doubt. So I do.
Yeah.
Let's talk about also the new Aurora Violins.
Yeah.
And
A partir aí é outro conceito. Aí para fazer, nós aprendemos no desenvolvimento dos picapes Aurora de acrílico o funcionamento, a necessidade da resposta, e agora a gente não tem mais um limite físico, a gente faz o captador soar conforme a necessidade. Não tem mais aquele projeto já foi expandido, a gente já dominou a parte técnica dele para fazer outros modelos.
This model Aurora had the second generation of pickups. And you use wood, some great part are wood, some pieces of acrylic or plastic, and the pickups are the second generation from the first. The first pickup acrylic, it's a wood pickup, but the same concept inside. Rich sound, warm sound.
Yep. Yeah, they really do sound. I'm actually going to plug one in. I'm going to plug one in and play it real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were very excited to see these instruments and hear them. Yeah, very, very, very nice instruments. And so many colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of colors, really, really beautiful. And so this one, I guess you can see, has got a nice wood top on it. And this one is almost a mirror finish. Look at that. You can see the screen in there.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. And so somewhere around 10 or 12 colors, right?
Quantas cores tem desse daí?
Perdemos a conta aí.
Não, disponível para eles. Né?
Umas 8? Aproximadamente 8 cores.
Probably you have 8 or 9 colors in EVS, but we have 15 colors available here, and if you want another color, a different color, it's only call us.
Right. Yeah, it's so you do everything in your shop, right? You guys make the bridges, the pickups, the bodies, the acrylic tops. You do the painting, the necks. Everything is done in your shop.
Everything is done here, and everything is handmade, completely handmade.
Yeah, really, really fantastic violins.
Responsável pelos acabamentos no acrílico, modelagem.
The man behind the acrylic.
Yeah. How are you?
Good, good.
Hi, everybody. Coffee.
So I do want to show some of the workmanship on these. You can see like there's a really beautiful beveled edge on here. We'll turn the light on. So you can see on the edge, this bevel that's here, really allows you to. It really makes the instrument look really, really nice.
Falei, todo esse detalhe de acabamento.
O responsável pelos acabamentos no acrílico é o Mr. Louis Topa.
Yeah, these instruments really always look nice, and the necks always look so good too. The fingerboards are really, really pretty.
Acendeu.
So you also make cellos, correct?
Faz os cellos, né?
Sim, já.
Yeah, I think I even see a cello or two behind you there.
Tem.
Com fazendo. Tá quase pronto o modelo novo do cello, mais leve.
Pode virar um pouquinho do computador? Peraí,
Não, melhor não mostrar agora que não está pronto.
Here we have one model of cello available, and the second model is under development.
So that's
yeah,
another thing that these guys are always working. They're always coming up with new ideas. Super creative.
Yeah. Every day a new idea.
Apresentar o Rinaldo, responsável pela toda a parte de
Rinaldo.
resinagem. Mr. Rinaldo.
Rinaldo.
Oi, Betibel.
Olá, tchau. How are you?
Por toda a parte,
Tudo bom?
de colagem, de resinagem dos acrílicos, a parte de colagem, acabamento final é com ele.
Farts.
Qualquer defeito no instrumento aí, você fala com ele aqui, ó, no acabamento.
If you found any problem with the finish, you may call him. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it's good to see you again.
Oh.
How are you?
Always good.
Yeah.
All right. So I have not seen a lot of questions here. But I tell you, this is going to be on Facebook forever. So if anybody has questions for the creators of Aurora Instruments, you can put those in the comments section and we can answer those, or we can get in touch with the folks in Brazil and ask them. Hey, Akiva, how's it going? Alexi, good to see you guys here. So if you guys have questions, you can either put them in the comments here. Oh, good question. Here's a question for you. When are we going to have a 6-string Aurora violin?
Quando vai ter o 6 strings?
Vai estar pronto antes do próximo Rock in Rio, que vai ser a estreia vai ser no próximo Rock in Rio.
É mesmo? Sério?
Pode ser com o Kidjan.
Breaking news!
Breaking news! The first 6-string model will be available in the next Rock in Rio. We have an artist here in Brazil, and you in the US. It will be in the next Rock in Rio. Alexei Kurkidjan will play in Rock in Rio with a 6-string.
Well, that's who was asking. Alexei wanted to know. He's here.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing that video, Alexei. Please make sure that gets recorded. And then Susie is asking, can you tell us a little bit more about the woods that you use on your violins? The different kinds of wood.
Os tipos de madeira.
Usam praticamente 3 tipos de madeira. Né? Usamos bastante o marupá na parte do corpo e cedro rosa, dependendo do modelo. Os espelhos nós usamos ébano e pau-ferro. São praticamente
for the bodies, we will use a wood called marupá. Marupá is like the alder. It's a lightweight wood, not heavy, and a good wood for bodies. For necks, we use mahogany
cedar.
and the Brazilian cedar, mahogany, Brazilian cedar, and some pieces are made of maple.
Jacarandá, né? Essas madeiras espíritas do
Eu não
folha de
sei.
jacarandá.
Como chama a escala? Fingerboard?
Fingerboard.
For the fingerboard,
Pau-ferro,
pau-ferro,
ébano.
Bolivian pau-ferro, ebony, and tem um pouco
IP também.
Yeah, Brazilian IP. It's a dark wood, brown, dark brown, and we have a new wood called Muracatiara.
Ouro preto.
Louro Preto, Muracatiara. So many woods. For the fingerboard, we have 5 or 6 kinds of wood.
So if someone,
Well, we have a sort of woods, a great sort of woods here.
yeah, Brazilian woods are obviously desired all over the world. And
Yeah.
then, so each instrument comes with a tag that says what kind of wood is on there. So because a lot of these instruments will be different when we get them in, you know, there will be amount of variety in the instruments that we get. So each one is tagged with something that tells you what kind of wood is in that instrument. And then, of course, you guys do custom work. Also, if somebody wants a special custom-made violin, we can work with you to get that made, right?
Yeah. If someone want a custom order, contact the EVS, and we will do.
Yeah. So really enjoy working with you guys. Really enjoy the sound of these instruments. I do want to ask one more question. On these instruments, where we have two knobs here. Can you talk about these two knobs?
Porque são dois captadores na ponte. Então, cada knob é para volume individualmente.
Okay. You have one pickup, one bridge pickup, but 2 pickups, one side and the other side. Yeah. It's a double pickup system, and one knob, 2 knobs, volume for one side and the other side, and you can blend and balance like you want.
Yeah, that's a really cool system. Nobody else is doing that.
Now, yeah.
And that's the guitar player in you guys, where you got multiple pickups and you can blend those. That's a guitar thing that most violinists don't usually get into. But yeah, you can see on the bridge at the bottom, there's a piezo element at the bottom of each side of the bridge. And then there's a volume knob for one and a volume knob for the other. And you can kind of sculpt your tone with that.
Yeah, it works like an equalizer.
Yep, love that. Elizabeth Yano says you're the best. Yeah, love these instruments. So I guess we'll wrap this up here. But thank you so much for joining us. If anybody has questions later on, you can put them in the comments section. Oh, here we go. So, all right, Victor is asking how many dBs of boost does the preamp provide? So these are passive instruments. So there's no preamp on board the instrument. On the LED violins, on the classic or the silhouette, there's a battery that powers the lights. And you can see the different colors in the lights here. There's a battery that powers the lights, but the pickup is passive. And that's so if the battery dies, you still have signal on your instrument. In fact, a lot of people will ask, they'll have the instrument for a while and say, oh, well, the lights are acting weird. Usually it's because you need to change the battery. So the battery is inside. You got 2 screws to take the back off. And there is a coin cell battery that's in there that you can change. And then the lights will start working again because they really like having voltage. But yeah, these pickups are passive pickups, and they sound really good. You would think that a passive pickup would necessarily need a strong preamp, but they don't. They sound good. You plug them in and they work.
Yeah.
So then on the Oro violins and also the WS violins, there's no battery at all. It's a passive pickup, and then there's no battery because there's no lights. So, yep. Okay, well that's everything I've got, guys. If you we really appreciate you joining us today. And again, if there's any questions if somebody's watching this later, you can put it in the comments section and we will answer those after. And if it's a question I can't answer, then I'll ask my friends in Brazil and they can help us answer those questions.
Okay.
So we've gotten a lot of positive feedback from everybody on being able to sort of see what the makers of their violin look like and hear them talk. And it's helpful to have. Playing music is an emotional thing, and it's nice to have a personal connection with the people who make your instruments. So it's been really fun for everybody to be able to see you guys, and look forward to talking to you guys again soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you much. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay.